Welcome to Other Worlds Oracles, a show where we build fictional worlds through designing fortune-telling cards. I'm Autumn, and I seek hope from the cards. On today's show, we have invited the wonderful Ghost. And Ghost, what do you seek from the cards?
We're gonna go clarity today.
You know, a lot of people ask for clarity. It's interesting to me.
I mean, as a tarot reader myself, you get that a lot,
Yeah.
honestly. A lot of people are looking for focus, for guidance, for some sort of grounding to reevaluate and kind of contextualize where they're at.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that does kind of speak to why we value divination and what we're hoping to get out of it. So that makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
So I have a couple questions for you. The first one being, what is your experience with world building and storytelling?
That that honestly goes back as long as I've been alive. I have
Yeah.
always been a world builder. I've always been a storyteller my whole life. One of my earliest loves was book series, just any book series I could sink my teeth into, anything with lore with like meat to it, right? I didn't like that frilly little prissy stuff that didn't have any actual backbone to it. I liked that real meat.
Substance.
Exactly. So Guardians of Gahul, I think, was probably one of my first major world building experiences where I started to try and get into it myself.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
I actually have that notebook around here next to my desk here somewhere. This is my third grade writing journal
I love it.
from 2006. I was writing about. I made up my own Gahul fan character. They were a great owl named Spotty, and she was orphaned. Well, not orphaned exactly, but she got out of the nest too quick early, and her parents thought she was dead, and she got saved, and it was this whole thing, the owls in the books do. And it was I also had stuff going on in the background of that story that was in the books, lore stuff that I
Right.
thought was really cool for my writing things. Nobody else in my class thought it was as cool as I did, but
Oh.
I thought it was super sick.
Maybe went over their head a little bit.
I think so, but that was my first real world building experience. Was that little story that I was just looking at? Oh my god, I can't even. I can't. I can remember writing that. I had a little plushy owl that my mom got me for Christmas. That was the same owl from my story because I was obsessed with those little things.
Yeah. Lots to like about owls.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my first big world building thing
That's
as
awesome.
a little kid.
It's gone back a long time.
Yeah, quite.
Yeah, and you're still doing it.
Yeah, to this day, I'm still working on a horror story that I've been writing. I have a couple science fiction things that I'm working on. There's that monster romance. I also have a long term, I'm talking 15 plus years running superhero story that my
My
best friend
goodness.
Trey and I have been writing pretty much the entire time we've known each other, which has been, let's see, I'm about 28 now. We met when we were 11, so that's been about 17 years.
Yeah.
And we've been writing that story, the superhero aspect of that story, for 15 out of that 17 years. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's been a while.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
I have another question for you.
By all means, I love questions.
I think I know the answer to this, but have you ever had your fortune read?
A few times, but I always love a new fortune. I think there's value in asking different questions of the cards. I think
Mm-hmm.
if you're going to get your fortune read multiple times, I think that if you ask the same question over and over, it's just going to muddy the water.
Mm.
If you ask the same question over and over again, you're just looking for the answer you want. You're going to
Yeah.
disregard everything that's not the answer that you're looking for, right? So if you ask
Right.
different questions every time you get your fortune read, no matter what you're looking for the answer to be, you're more open to the prospect of what the answer is going to be, regardless of if you like the answer or not.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know that you do readings.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is important in, like, I always struggle with, at least with traditional tarot, because
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I need to be true to what the like intention of the card is.
So I read intuitively. So most of
Yeah.
what I do is I read Oracle. I actually have an Oracle deck right here. It's one of my favorites.
Oh,
It
awesome.
just happens to live on my desk. This is the Woodland Wardens.
Oh, very cool.
So this is one of my favorite decks.
What do you like about it?
So the entire purpose of the deck is it's animals and flowers, or it's flora and fauna, literally.
Yeah.
That's the whole purpose of the deck, and each flora and fauna combination is an aspect or a feeling.
Uh-huh.
Like otter and cattail is peace, marten and foxglove is mischief, and so on. Each card has its own representation and its own meaning within the context of a question.
Yeah.
So for the vulture in Asphodel is upheaval. But Asphodel is also the flower of Persephone, the goddess of spring, the god of the underworld. Like, this is a dual-faced queen. And the vulture is a creature seen in a negative light, but is actually one of the most beneficial to the environment that we have. So every card has its faces, and it has many of them, not just two.
Right.
So you have to be, as far as reading goes, it's more about understanding the context of the question you're being asked and what the cards are telling you within that context.
I like that way of looking at it.
It's less about what the cards themselves literally mean or have meant contextually in the past.
Yeah.
Like, focusing too much on what the cards are supposed to mean is never really a good thing, personally speaking, because it kind of muddies the waters again.
Gotcha. That makes a lot of sense, because I feel very kind of underqualified or unqualified maybe even to do this show sometimes, because I am very fresh to everything.
That makes you just perfectly qualified to do this show, because it means you're in a beautiful position of not, like, I've been doing this for over a decade.
Yeah.
I've well into my, like, rut of what I do, what I don't do, how I experience these things.
Yeah.
You're fresh. You're brand new. You have brand new eyes on everything that everybody is telling you, and that's an amazing place to be.
Yeah.
Because you can just take in everything brand new. Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna have biases if somebody comes at me with new information. Like, of course I'm gonna have biases, because I've been doing this my whole life.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, these things happen. Like, sometimes we're better and sometimes we're worse, and, you know, you have to take everything with grace.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a good way of putting it, is, having the grace to be able to provide compassion to yourself and to everyone else involved. Yeah, so thank you.
Of course.
Yeah.
I think you're doing very well.
Thank you.
For the record.
So, yeah, we have 2 cards to pick from that haven't been drawn so far. I don't have, like, physical cards to do this, but could you give me a 1 or a 2?
We'll go 2 today.
2. And what is the question that you want to ask?
What is new this solstice?
Ooh. Can you say more?
The solstice, the summer solstice, the winter solstice, the equinoxes, they're all very significant time frames, just generally speaking.
Of course.
But for me, the summer solstice holds significance in that it's kind of my halfway point of the year. It's naturally the halfway point of the naturally, but it's a signifier that I survived again.
Yeah.
Haha, I did it.
I'm about to make it everyone's problem.
I'm about to make it everybody's problem. You see exactly. Like, haha, I did it. I'm about to make this everybody's problem for the next 6 months. So it's just really my 6-month check-in with the universe.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how you have like a 6-month check-in with your PO. This is mine.
Yeah. I think it's nice that we have seasons to remind us of the passage of time, and that we have this chance to be able to kind of reset every so often. So I like that. So you're asking what's new this solstice?
Yes.
Okay. So the card that you received is called the Perennial Love. And I'll describe it really quick. So there's a living ship made of interwoven plants hovering in a peach-colored early morning sky. It has returned from a long voyage exploring the cosmos. Descending from this ship are petals like confetti, as well as the returning adventurers floating down using parachutes made from massive dandelion seeds. A dryad on the ground joyously and eagerly awaits one of these adventurers in particular, her lover, shown at the center of the card. This returning lover poorly hides a bouquet of blue-purple flowers growing out of her own dryatic body. They are both thrilled to share with each other all the ways they have grown and changed, even though the roots of their love are still very much the same. So I'm wondering, what could be new this solstice? I imagine there could be a lot of discovery and growth to come
Yep.
as things change and as you find new beginnings in this halfway point of the year. I'm wondering if there is a way to kind of reveal some of the new things that have been kind of percolating inside for
Maybe.
the last little bit. What do you think?
I don't know. It could also have something to do with, like, I just celebrated my 7-year anniversary with my fiance a couple
Yes.
weeks ago.
Yes.
So like we have known each other for 10 years now. Like
Mhm.
it has been quite a journey. We worked together, we were in school together before we ever started dating, and I've been very fortunate to learn and grow with him
Mhm.
in the way that I have.
Yeah.
I would not be the same person I am today without his help, without
Right.
like he is the trellis for my life essentially. Like I would not have the same balance and control without him.
Yeah.
And he is my heart.
Yeah. When we were building this card, we talked a lot about how you can discover another person for like an entire lifetime. Like there's always something more there that you can get to
Yeah.
know. And you've kind of talked about a couple relationships so far that are really lasting and that you've gotten to see so many sides of the same person.
It's really a blessing, you know, because
Yeah.
some relationships are so like fleeting,
Yeah, of course.
and it's really such a blessing to be able to grow and know somebody. And the people who worry about not having enough to say to their husband or partner after years of being together, it makes no sense to me because I always have something new to say to him. Like, even if I've seen him all day and I'm kind of tired of looking at him and I don't want to talk to him anymore, I still have something to say to him.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's not like the nicest thing, even if I'm calling him a stinky butt because he farted in our bedroom again, like, it doesn't mean anything. But it's still like, I don't know, I'm full of tears right now. Like, I'm just like sappily crying in the background right now of
Oh.
my speaking because I just love this idiot a lot.
Yeah. That's really sweet. And that you get to share this time with each other, maybe.
Yeah, he makes me very happy.
Yeah, of course.
I keep distracting us. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. This is like just an excuse to have a conversation. And like I think that's one of the amazing things about this is that we just get to like chill and then have
Oh,
like
yeah.
a slight enrichment activity going on
I
in the
love enrichment with friends. Enrichment with friends is so fun.
Yeah.
It's like craft day at work.
Yes, exactly. So, would you like to make your own card?
Ooh. Yes, but what am I supposed to do with that? Like, I could go crazy with that. I could go wild, go crazy.
Well, I'll tell you really quick here, and we'll introduce it to the audience as well. The way this is going to work is that we're going to design a card similar to the ones in a tarot or oracle deck with three main characteristics: a setting, a main character called the arcana, and some kind of artifact called the symbol. We'll draw cards with prompts and assign them to each characteristic, giving us a direction to start in. From there, we will build on each concept until we have fleshed out a story combining all three elements. We will then determine what the card will look like and what its meanings could be. Ready to get started?
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie. All right, so we have our cards here.
Cards.
And what is our first one of the day? Repair.
Repair.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Do we want to put that in the setting, arcana, or symbol?
I think that should go in the arcana.
In the arcana. Okay, so we have a repair arcana. Okay, so we have repair as our first card.
Repair is our first card.
Next one is desire.
Ooh. Hmm.
Would you like that to be the setting or symbol?
Maybe that should be the symbol?
Okay,
Don't know how to do that, but sure.
we'll figure it out.
We'll make it make sense.
What will be the setting? Light.
That's an interesting one.
It is an interesting one for a setting.
That just reminds me of this song called Child of Light, and now it's stuck in my head.
Well, how about we start with fleshing out the setting then? What would a setting based on light look like?
Well, obviously bright. I don't know. Like I'm seeing like marble pillars and Like I'm seeing like a Grecian garden almost.
Ooh, okay, so we're outdoors.
Yeah, I feel like it would be an outdoors.
Yeah,
Like marble pillars covered in flowers, that kind of thing.
I like it. If we're looking at the picture of this card, what do you think are like the major landmarks in that?
Okay, so I think that it would be. I might have to just sketch this out real quick. Give me a second.
Yes, please do. And remember, this can be in any world, past, present, future, sci-fi, horror, anything.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you okay with me talking as we...
Oh, please talk.
Is there any like inspiration for this? Like anything that you're picturing?
It's like it's a little bit Hephaestus, I'll
Mhm.
be honest. Okay, they're kind of squiggly. It doesn't look great, but we got these two front pillars, and then there's two pillars in the back, and then there's a podium with a statue in the middle.
Okay.
The statue's holding like a wrench and a hammer. And this is bad because I'm drawing with pen and I can't do my regular like anatomy shit because I'm just kind of half-assing this. But you know,
You have a wrench and a hammer in the statue. Is that
yeah,
referring to the arcana there?
yes, because it's like a repair person.
Okay. So we have a repair person.
At least that's the guest I thought.
Yeah. Is there a story behind that person that has led them to be
Uh,
immortalized in stone? I
huh?
assume it's stone.
Yeah, it'd probably be like marble. Well, they were probably like a legendary, like not necessarily craftsman, but like fixer.
Yeah.
Like they're good at what they do, but what they do is fix everything.
Everything.
Well, not everything, but like they fix things real good.
Okay.
Like they can fix your house, they can fix your car, they can fix everything real good.
I like it.
And you do enough good for a community that they take care of you.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's what that is in my head.
I find it interesting when you come across people who are kind of like this kind of social glue holding together a lot of things. Like, I find it really fascinating that there are people who are like, leaders or whatever, but you also have these people who are quietly keeping things running. Yeah.
It's pretty great.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you think that's what this character was?
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah. What do they look like?
I don't know. They probably looked normal. Like not like super fancy or super frilly or anything, just kind of like regular person, like
Yeah.
everybody else.
Yeah, just kind of unremarkable, but still like
Un-
with this heart.
Not necessarily unremarkable. They probably have like a brightness to them, to
Okay.
their being, but like not in like a deific way, just kind of like a normal like person way.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
they're not like there's nothing like godly or unique or special about them that makes them special. They're just special because they try. They're special because they want to take care of people.
I like that. The like countenance and presence of this person is in how much they care rather than in their own power.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that. Does this character have a name?
I've not given them a name yet. I haven't thought of one.
Yeah, what do you think would be a good name or title?
The handyman.
The Handyman. Yeah,
That's a good title.
I like that one.
Cuz they do a little bit of everything. They know what they're up to.
Yeah,
But they're not a jack of all trades in that they don't have a mastery. They have very plenty mastery. It's just a mastery of many.
yeah,
So the handyman is better.
Handyman. What led them to being put in this place of light?
They probably passed and their community missed them
Yeah.
and wanted to say thank you.
What about this place do you think made them want to have them here? Like in the pillars?
Probably because it was bright and beautiful
Hmm.
and allowed them to rest in a way they weren't able to when they were helping.
I mean, upkeep is probably the most tiring of any of the things that we have in life is just maintenance.
Maintenance.
Yeah. And that's such a crucial skill that we are not often taught.
Nope.
Yeah, especially in like a consumer culture.
Especially in a consumer culture. Like there's plenty of stuff I don't know how to do that I should know how to do that I have had to like teach myself.
Yeah, yeah, but you did do that. You like figured out how to do it. And that's something that not everyone does. I know that I don't always like take the best care of my things unless I name them. If I name them, then we're taking good care of it. But valuing what you have and being grateful for it enough to be able to give it new life is just like such a beautiful thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like my baby blanket, it's my blankie. Like I've had it
Yeah.
literally since I was born. They have picture
Hmm.
like there's two existing pictures of it without like holes and tears and torn to pieces.
Yeah.
Two pictures of it in my whole 28 years of life.
Right.
It has been repaired so many times I can't even tell you what's like I know what's original fabric and what isn't because it's my blankie.
Right.
Nobody else could tell you what's original fabric and what isn't. Like I'm the only one who could tell you. I'm the
Yeah.
only one who got that juice. Like it still has like some of the original stuffing on it too, and it just like it's torn to pieces. It's such a palimpsest of a blanket, but
Hmm.
it's mine.
Yeah.
And like I love things hard, unfortunately. Like that's always how I've been. Like when I love things, I love it to pieces.
Yeah.
Always have been.
Yeah. I get that. I feel like I'm very much the same way. But like, everything does come to an end at some point, and I think finding
Mhm.
the I feel like I'm coming back to like this substance, this like meat of the things that we enjoy. That's certainly one way of like experiencing it fully and being present in it.
I mean, I don't see a point in having something that I don't love completely.
Yeah,
I don't see a point in loving if it's not completely.
right.
You know?
Yeah,
Like why would I only love a little bit? Like that doesn't make sense to me.
yeah.
I'm just weird, I guess.
I don't think, well, I mean,
I am weird. I'm objectively strange. You can ask Worm. Worm tells me I'm objectively odd on the regular, and he's like my dad figure in the world. So like, if anybody's to say I'm odd, it's him, or like my real life mom. My real life mom says I'm strange too, but she also says I'm kind. So
I think what I was getting at was less what your state of weirdness is, but like, does you wanting to love something completely make you weird?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Like loving something completely is what we write stories about. It's what we write
Yeah,
ballads about and movies and epics. Right? It's
yeah,
what we write myths about is
it's
loving
true.
somebody so completely.
Yeah.
Loving anything so completely that it becomes part of you. Like isn't that like part of the goal of being a person? Isn't that like part of the whole experience of being human is loving something no matter what it is so
Hmm.
completely that it becomes part of you?
Yeah, I think we do seek that connection to the things in our lives, and I think we lose a lot of our like vitality when we lose contact with those things. Like when I've been in those moments of like deep depression and like not able to access those things that matter to me, like that is such a scary place to be in.
It is.
So we have this repair person, this handyman, and they are immortalized in marble, you said?
Yep.
And they are within the pillars of this garden. Okay, so we have a garden. What kind of plants do you think are in there?
Flowers.
Flowers.
Lots
Okay.
of flowers. All
Yeah.
kinds of flowers. Doesn't it's just all of them. As many as you can fit.
I'm wondering, I imagine this handyman has a lot of appreciation for lots of things, but where do you think the appreciation for flowers came from in this person's life?
Well, mine came from my mom,
Yeah.
and hers came from her mom, so moms are
Yeah.
a good place for flowers.
Mm-hmm. I could see that.
My mom has a garden every year. She grows vegetables and flowers and all sorts of stuff, and I get to see her tonight for dinner actually.
Awesome.
But she's always had a very good green thumb, and I think an appreciation for flowers would probably come from their mom,
Yeah.
because moms are good for things like gardens.
Why do you think that is?
I think that things like gardens have been passed down on the matriarchal side of things for quite a long time, just because it used to be seen as just a survival thing, but as it became
Hmm.
more and more ornamental, it became more of a womanly craft over time. Like there's still plenty of men who garden and love gardening, and it's not like a female thing to garden, but it definitely has become more of a matriarchal passage
Hmm.
as far as like going from one mother to her daughter to their daughter and so on, rather than like from the whole family into the whole family from generation to generation because it's not as necessary anymore.
Right.
It's much more ornamental. It's much more personal.
I was just thinking that a garden is very personal compared to, say, like a farm, which like feeds many,
Hmm.
many people.
Yeah, it is very personal.
Yeah, you have this individual, maybe one or two people tending to this little plot that it means so much to them, I imagine.
Yeah.
So we have this setting, I'm imagining like lush greens in every color you can think of flower.
Yep.
And are the pillars marble too?
Yep.
Okay. So we have these marble pillars. And is there a roof over the.
No roof. It's just exposed.
Gotcha. Perfect. So that brings our light in.
Hmm.
And we have the handyman. Is there any like specific legend to the handyman, or is it just like in the everyday things that they did for everybody in the community?
They just everybody knew them. Everybody
Yeah.
loved them for everybody has their own stories. There's not like one big legend about the handyman. It's just all in the everyday things they did for the people in their community around them.
I love that.
Also, there's ducks that live in that garden. I'm just deciding this now. There's ducks there.
Excellent. There are ducks there. And
There are ducks. There's no reasoning for the ducks. I just felt like the handyman would like some ducks having around. Who wouldn't like some baby ducks?
yes, absolutely. But do you think that could be part of the symbol? Like
Sure.
maybe the ducks have some desire, or there was a desire for the ducks to be there? I don't know. What do you think?
I think birds are just a generally good symbol of like community, of flocking together, of taking care of
Yeah.
one another. So like a mama duck and little ducklings would make perfect sense for like the
Yeah.
handyman. Because like the handyman was kind of like the mama duck of their community. They took care of things.
I like that.
Yeah.
So there's this duck. How does it represent desire?
I don't know how a duck could represent desire, but it's probably like holding its wings over its babies,
Yeah.
like sheltering them a little bit.
Hmm. Yeah. So these ducks kind of symbolize the idea of care and looking after the community, right? Is that kind of what
Yep.
you are intending? Okay,
Hmm.
so what color are the ducks?
Oh, have you ever seen those ducks with the red beaks and they got bumps on their beaks?
I don't think so, no.
I'm gonna find you some red beaked ducks real quick. Let me find them real quick. It's called a red-billed teal
Okay.
or a muscovy duck. This is the one I'm looking for is the muscovy duck. So we're just gonna copy this link. We're just gonna send it to you, my friend Autumn. And that's the kind of ducks they
Ooh.
are.
Okay. So we're looking at kind of looks like mostly black feathers and
Yeah, black and white feathers, and it's got like it's black and white molting,
yeah.
and then it's got like these red like formations around its eyes and like upper face that I just
Yes.
think look really neat. I used to feed those ducks when I was a kid.
Yeah.
My mom would take us out to the lake, and we would feed them with peas and frozen and like other frozen vegetables, and like
Yeah.
bits of like whole wheat bread,
Mhm.
like with the grains still in them. Oh, that
Yeah.
shit was the like only when we that stuff staled out though. We
Yeah.
never fed them bread unless it was like we couldn't eat it and it was the really good grainy shit.
Mhm. Yeah.
My mom knew better.
So we have this mama duck and then like the little ducklings underneath the
Mhm.
wing. Okay, I
Yep.
like that. And
Muscovy ducks.
I love that. So we have the appearance of the ducks, and I'm still wondering how we bring desire into this. Like, do we think that maybe there's somebody sitting there and like feeding the ducks?
That would make sense. That would be nice. Like there would be like a bench in front of like the podium for the people to feed like the ducks and stuff.
Yeah,
That'd be
that
cute.
would be cute. Who do we have feeding the ducks?
It would be somebody who looks kind of like the handyman,
Hmm.
like a relative of theirs maybe.
Yeah.
Somebody who cares, somebody who, or maybe it could be just somebody,
Yeah.
just anybody. It doesn't have to be somebody who's directly related to the handyman. It could just be literally anybody who wants to be good. Because that's all that it is. It's the desire to do better.
Yeah.
So anybody can have that.
I like this double like theme of like there's this statue overseeing a person and then this older
Hmm.
duck with the ducklings. I really like
Yep.
that. And like in a way it's kind of a chain, like from the statue to the person to the big duck to the ducklings.
Yep,
It's all
I
connected.
like it.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see if there's anything else we need. Is this all centered? Like all of it kind of like in a line?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, like in the drawing.
I like the framing of that because it really puts like front and center this connection.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I like that too. What do you think are like some of the possible themes of interpreting this card? If you picked up this
Mm.
card, what would come to mind?
Goodwill,
Goodwill.
the desire to either to help or the other's desire to help you.
Like community.
Community, that would be a very good one, yes. Community, internal brightness, like general kindness. But not even just general kindness, but like the outpouring of kindness
Yeah.
in small ways. And it's not necessarily like big giant gestures of goodwill. It's the small things. It's helping somebody with their groceries. It's putting somebody's straw in their cup for them when you're driving together. It is filling up somebody's gas tank because they picked you up from work today. Like it's all in the small things.
Yeah.
It's all in the detail work.
Right. I mean, that's all the stuffing in life is just all these the little bits, and
Exactly.
yeah. So I love the idea of telling a story about something that isn't so epic, so like forceful. It's just very gentle in the sense of being there in the moment. I like that.
Yeah. That's all I try to do, honestly. Like I know I might seem like this big grandiose person, and sometimes I can be. But in day-to-day life, I'm really not. I have like this rule where I try to compliment at least one person a day.
Oh, that's cool.
And luckily I work in retail, so I get to see a lot of people a day, so I can give out many compliments if I so choose.
Yeah.
And some days I do.
Mm-hmm.
But they have to be genuine. It can't just be compliments just for the sake of giving compliments. It has to be a genuine compliment.
Right.
If I just say, "Oh, I like your hair," and I don't mean it, then it doesn't mean anything. It's not real.
Yeah, why is it important for it to be real?
Because my mama taught me to say, if I don't have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all, and I don't lie on principle.
Right.
I used to as a kid. Like, I used to do that thing that neurodivergent kids do where they just lie to get out of stuff because they think they would get in more trouble in the first place than if they lied.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I would just lie. Like, sometimes I just wouldn't have a reason and I would just be lying. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I was a little shithead.
I think that's your job as a kid.
But, I mean, yeah, that's kind of my job as a kid.
Everyone's job as a kid.
At this point in my life, I've made it principle not to lie. Like, if I choose not to tell somebody something, that is a direct omission on my part. Like, and I will cop to that. But I will not lie.
Yeah.
I will not directly tell somebody false information. I will not directly tell somebody something I do not genuinely mean and say that I mean it.
Yeah. I think that kind of makes you more of a conduit too. Like you're more available to truth if you're able to express it.
I try to be.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, like, sometimes shit's just wild.
Yeah.
I don't lie and I don't snitch. It's a very interesting line for me to walk.
I'll bet. Yeah. Let's see. So we have kind of the themes of this card.
Yep.
How do you think you would interpret it in a more like general sense of like if someone were to ask you like, I'm looking for direction, what kind of directions do you think this card could give?
Lean into the people who care about you.
Hmm.
Everybody has people who care about them, who want to care about them.
Yeah.
Lean into it. Let them know you appreciate them. Let them know you care. Like, that's the first takeaway I would have. I would also be like, you also need to like put yourself out there. You need to show other people you care in the small ways as well. The card is both to listen to the small ways other people are loving you and to lean into that, but also to love people in the small ways yourself.
Yeah. I like that. Like there's a reciprocal relationship there.
You know, the best things in our ecosystem give and take.
Yeah. And I guess that leads us to what do we call this card?
The helping hand.
The helping hand. That was so quick. How did you do that?
It was easy. It just made sense.
It does. It really does. See, the last episode, we spent half an hour looking for a name. And you're just like, oh,
What was the name you came up with last episode?
that was for the perennial love.
Perennial Love was such a good one, though. I love that card.
Yeah.
Like, from the name alone, I was just like, oh, I love this. Because, like I said, my mom is a gardener, so, like, perennials are something that returns year after year after year.
Yeah.
And, like, some of my favorite flowers are perennials, so I love it.
Yeah.
No, like, that was a great name. But, yeah, no, I'm a goofball, and sometimes sometimes it'll take me, like, 2 hours in a year and a day to figure out the name of one character. And sometimes I'll be able to do all of this in 20 minutes. It really depends.
Well, I really like that. We have the Helping Hand, which is a card about leaning into each other by helping and providing these little small acts of service and kindness. I love that. And it's of this 4 pillars, and at the center, a statue of the handyman, a bench in front of that with a person feeding the ducks, and behind the, like, grown-up duck is all these little ducklings. That's such a cool, like, visual.
Thank you for helping me make this.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I love it.
This has been so much fun.
I've had a lot of fun too. Thank you so much. I have one more thing I wanted to ask you for.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Could you give us 3 new cards to add to the deck?
3 whole new cards?
Like light or repair or desire. Those kinds of cards.
Oh. Do you have moon?
Do you have moon? I think we do have moon.
Okay. I might just say a bunch of random shit, honestly.
Please
I'm just
do.
looking at my plushies and trying to, like, not say random shit.
Yeah, just one word things.
Yeah, no. Do you have book?
No.
Book is a good one.
I like book.
Do you have boot?
No.
Boot's a good one.
Boot is good.
And then let me see what's my final option. My final answer. Do you have crow?
No.
That's my final answer.
Excellent. We have 3. Crow, boot, and book. I love it.
Yes.
That's perfect.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much again for coming on and for making such a beautiful card. I really appreciate your company and your time and just all your help.
I appreciate you. Thank you for having me. I've had an absolute blast. I would love to be on again sometime or just hang out in general.
Absolutely.
So, love ya. Love to your audience. I'll catch y'all later.
Yeah.
And I'll let you get to editing if that's what you're about to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And that brings us to the end of our show. A huge thanks to our wonderful guest. You can find us at our usual places on your favorite podcatcher or at otherworldsoracles.podbean.com. Thanks for joining us, and remember that magic is creation and creation is magic. Take care. We're hoping that if this show gets enough traction, we might be able to make an actual physical deck. Would you be okay with us using the idea that you came up with for that?
Yes, by all means.
Okay.
Please, I would love to see it fleshed out as long as it is the muscovy duck.
Yes.
That's important.
That is important.
That's very important.
Got it. Awesome.
If it's not a muscovy duck, I will come to you straight, Autumn, and I will be like, we have some words to discuss.
We have some ducks to get in a row.
Damn straight we do.